Immediately after stepping through the Peninsula Hotel's front door, the thought struck her. Perhaps even before then, as the uniformed doorman touched the brim of his little cap with his white-gloved hand and offered what sounded like a genuine welcome. Right then, she knew. What Crystal thought was, sign me up. The Peninsula was across the street and 1 block north of Trump Tower, 3 blocks from Central Park. Crystal had passed it any number of times and almost always slowed for a second look. Compared to most Manhattan luxury hotels, the place was teacup tiny. 250 guest rooms, staff ratio of almost 2-to-1 in New York, where bellhops made more than her daddy, the poor man's dentist back in Memphis. In that very same first moment, she noticed the watcher. Most people would have missed him entirely. He stood in a narrow alcove shaped from the foyer shadows and a door probably leading to the luggage room. But Crystal had learned early on to take a man's measure. Her parents remained committed to working with the nation's poor and dispossessed. They had met in Costa Rica, sent there by the Peace Corps. Crystal's mother was a librarian and looked 30 years older than her actual age. Her father could have easily passed for Crystal's grandfather. She had been raised in Parkway Village, which had one of the nation's highest murder rates. A girl as beautiful as Crystal learned how to gauge a man's threat level. Soon as she spotted this guy, she pegged him for a cop. He stepped forward and asked, "Can I help you?" The guy didn't need to be wearing a uniform. He might today be carrying a miniature retirement shield in his back pocket. But like they said back home, guys in blue stayed stained for life. She said, "I have an appointment with a hotel guest." "Your name?" "Can I ask who you are?" "Of course, ma'am. I'm Russell, part of the security detail." She started to ask whether he was hotel or private, then decided it didn't matter. "Crystal Dumont." "Of course, Miss Dumont. Mr. Kerala is expecting you." He extended a welcoming arm. "May I take your case?"